Have you been told to set goals? Now, look, this is a really key bit of information, and for me, it was a massive life hack. There's a big difference between setting goals and achieving goals. I'm gonna say that again, there's a big difference, a huge difference between setting goals and achieving goals. I was taking advice from these mentors, from these directors, from these individuals that were light years ahead of me in terms of their financial success. They always talked about goal setting, and I went along with it because that's, I guess, what you do when you don't really know how to think. You sort of hear these ideas like, look, this is somebody that's in the shoes that I one day want to be walking in, so I'll listen to what they say and try and follow along with the jargon that's coming out of their mouth, and then hopefully something will come out the other side of it. So when I got into talking about goal setting, and I remember it vividly, we were told to print off images to actually understand and visualize what we wanted to achieve. Whether that be, buying your first property, putting your children through private education, something as small as, buying your first luxury watch, or it could be going on a 5-star holiday with your family, whatever it is. But we really were told to think about what do we actually want. So that was rule number one, to understand what you actually want. Because what you think you want versus what you actually want, trust me, they're two very different things. So that was the first step of it, to understand what it is that you actually want to achieve, to visualize it, and the best way to do it was to print off pictures. Actually have them stuck around your desk, have them in your office at home, have them on fridge magnets, whatever works for you. But you're constantly visualizing these goals. Now, if you can relate to that, this was the life hack that completely changed the game for me. What I found, and what I find that most people that I work with today do, is that we set our expectations way too high. Now, you might think that sounds counterintuitive. How are you, if you're an individual, you're earning good money, but again, that's very subjective, we'll go into that another time, but you're living month to month, and it's almost like you're living a nice lifestyle, you're kind of keeping up with the Joneses, so you can go out for nice dinners, buy yourself nice things, have nice experiences, put a bit of money into savings, investments, something like that, but it's kind of a very much a month to month routine, and you're struggling to break through to the higher echelons of life. Why is it that when you're in that position, are you setting yourself a target that is going to cost you £1 million? Or you're sitting there, you're earning, I don't know, £10,000 a month, and you're setting yourself a target, and that target is going to cost you £250,000 a month, £500,000 a month. But what you're doing is you're setting yourself too bigger goals. Now again, I don't want that to sound counterintuitive, and I'm not saying don't set big goals. That's certainly not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, in order to achieve the bigger goals, we first need to set smaller goals, and we need to use these as building blocks. So the way I done it, and this is probably going to make some people laugh, but it doesn't make me laugh as much, it makes me smile. What I started off doing, first step is to get yourself a journal. Now when I say a journal, I don't mean dear diary talking about your day. What I mean, and this is exactly how I done it, is I got the diary, I'd write in exactly what my goals were. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, what type of goals are we going to write here? And this is the bit that you're probably going to laugh. I wrote, and I would achieve 10 goals before I'd even left front door to go into the office. My goals consisted of not hitting the snooze button, getting out of bed within 10 seconds of opening my eyes, brushing my teeth for a minimum of 2 minutes, having a shower for a minimum of 5 minutes. I'd even lay out my suit and tie and shoes the day before. So when I was getting up in the morning, the night before, I'd already visualized the exact outfit that I was going to be going into the office with. So it would be as specific as the exact tie, so the color of the tie, the make of the tie, the exact suit, the exact socks, the exact boxes, everything. The exact time that I'd be getting into the car and turning the key and putting on the ignition. Everything would be a goal. Now, why was I doing this? And why is this such a life hack? Just visualize this, you've been setting these goals now for weeks, months, years, dependent on your circumstance. And if you set a goal, it's black or it's white. You either achieve it or you don't achieve it. If you come 50% of the way to it, 75%, 99% of the way, but you don't hit it, it's as simple as that. It's binary. You have not achieved that goal. By implementing this strategy, I was getting into, like I said, the office, and I'd hit 20 goals, guaranteed, before I was even in. Just think what that does to your energy. You've turned overnight from somebody that sets goals and does not achieve them, that's been chasing them for days, weeks, months, years, to somebody that can wake up literally tomorrow and achieve 20 goals before you've even got into the office. And what this done for me in terms of my mindset, you start to attract things, because you start to put things out to the universe and they start to come true. You speak them into existence. And if it's something as small as not pressing the snooze button, something as small as brushing your teeth for a minimum of 2 minutes, something as small as putting out your attire the night before you go to bed and wearing that attire to the office the following day, if it's something as small as getting in the car, turning on the ignition, and when the clock comes up, it's before the exact time that you said it would be. These things, trust me, the compound interest on them is absolutely astronomical. So what you need to do, buy a journal, start setting these small goals that are manageable, achievable, and you can guarantee success on, and the rest will follow. The rest will really, really, really follow.